Hey gang, when you're listening to this, the end of the season is really close, and we know you like to get gifts for your players and your coaches and everyone and anything in between. So why not give your players an end of season gift that they'll actually use all year long? The Hockey Wraparound Team Deal is here, and it's saving the day. Yes, that's a pun. Let's do it. What's included? 10 hockey wraparounds, 2 goalie wraparounds. You can mix and match however you want if you contact us, but it helps to protect the expensive hockey sticks when playing off the ice so your kids won't destroy their hockey sticks. It also allows your kids to train all year round, especially in the summer. Shots, puck handling, we make it for goalies too. It is the ultimate off-ice training experience. All of this for your whole team, $199. That's a $500 value. Again, $199 divided by however many kids you have. If you need more, we can add them on at a limited price as well. Act fast. It's only available for a limited time. Check it out at hockeywraparound.com right now. Get your team covered for the offseason. We got you covered here on Our Kids Play Hockey. Let's dive into the episode. Hello, hockey skaters and goalies around the world. Welcome back to another edition of the Ride to the Rink. It's Lee, Mike, and Sherry with you today, and we're talking about tryouts and evals that are coming up. And you might be listening to this episode on your way to an eval when this is coming out. So we want to talk to you about two things today. One is the outlook on a tryout, kind of mentally what you should be thinking about and maybe realizing this time of year. And then also we're going to give you some quick tips and thoughts about actually getting to the rink and being on the ice at a tryout. These things go hand in hand. And I think where we want to start with is this. We know that you feel some anxiety, maybe a little fear, maybe uneasiness, or maybe you're feeling superbly confident on this tryout today, but you're feeling something. Okay. And I think the first thing you need to do, kids, is acknowledge what you're feeling and not just live in it. So if you're on the darker end of that spectrum, it's okay to say, hey, I'm a little nervous to do this tryout. It's okay to say that out loud. Okay. Adversely, if you're feeling a little excited in a positive way, you should say that too. Like, I'm feeling pretty confident today. Acknowledge your feelings. And then I think the second part is to get your mind straight and to understand what you're walking into. When you walk into an eval for a team and a tryout, the truth is this, kids, and you may want to believe this, you may not. Most of the teams that you're trying out for have already been chosen. The coaches know who they want on their team. The organization has an idea. There may be a few spots up for grabs, but the sooner you can acknowledge that that is the situation you are walking into, I think the better your mind and your mindset will be to approach the tryout. The second half of this is that you have to remember, kids, and this is the important thing I really want you to remember. You've been trying out for this team all season, no matter where you played. If you're returning to the same organization, your coaches, the team, the organization, they've been watching you all season. They've watched you develop. That is how you should be looking at evals, the effort and the mindset you put in throughout the year. If you're going to a new organization, you put the work in during the year, and now you have to showcase those skills. Okay? But you have to remind yourself, do not put the entire pressure of the world on yourself for 1 or 2 or 3 skates, thinking that this is the make or break moment of my entire hockey career. That is done over the course of the journey, over the course of not just one season, but many seasons, and the work that you put in on the ice, off the ice to prepare. Now, if you're in a position to say, I've done that, I've done the work, great. If you're in a position you say, I haven't done that, I haven't done the work, great. Now you know that you need to do that if you want to make a higher team. There's no right or wrong path, kids. Okay? And look, nothing I'm saying is going to take that feeling in the pit of your stomach away. Okay? That's part of going to an event like this. But you do need to have the perspective. I think that will give you an edge of knowing what you're walking into. I'm going to bring in Mike and Sherry here just to kind of share thoughts on this too, kids. And remember, kids, look, evals are always a weird time of year. We're just trying to give you that perspective. Mike.
Yeah, I think you can relate this if you're a player right now, like school, right? You get anxiety over a big test and it's coming up, or you have regents, or you have, there's the end of the semester or the end of the quarter, of evaluations that you need to go through in school. And why do you go through with confidence? And why do you go through without confidence? You go through with confidence because you're prepared. You studied, you read the stuff you needed to do. You did the work. You did all the work leading up to it. I'm assuming that 98% of your teachers aren't giving you a test on a subject you've never reviewed and talked about and saw. Same thing in hockey. You're gonna walk into the rink. You're gonna have familiarity with the rink. You're gonna know what's expected of you, and you're gonna know that I am prepared for this. I've worked, like Lee said, I've either worked all year to get to this point, to get ready to showcase who I think I am, or I really deep down inside know, no, I really haven't done the work, and I haven't really prepared for this, and I should just expect what I get out of it is what I put into it. And it's just those are things we can do as parents too. If they're in the car with you, you can't look at the tryouts as, oh my God, tomorrow's a tryout. It's a process. And if you have a chance right now and your tryouts are, in 3 weeks from now, you can still reset your mindset to go into an evaluation and a tryout. Doesn't matter what your talent level is. That's irrelevant to this conversation. It's about what are you going to do when you walk in the rink to prepare yourself to be the best, to showcase your talents and what you do to the best of your ability, regardless of what other people think of you.
Yeah. Sherry, do you have anything to add to that? Do you want to dive into tips?
No, I think I'm with Mike. Obviously, I'm big on preparation. Check the night before. I know you got a lot of nerves. So if you got a lot of nerves, something you can do, check your equipment and make sure you're ready to go. Have a good meal. Make sure you're getting sleep the night before. And big thing, too, is showing up on time, right? You don't want to be showing up late. So make sure your parents that they know you got to get to the tryout on this time. Be there, arrive early, check in. Make sure that your jersey's right. Like kids, if you get a jersey and your jersey's ripped and they wrote down your number already and you come back 10 minutes later and change your jersey, make sure that they write down your new number. Like just little things that are going to go a long way and help you have success throughout your tryout.
Yeah, and then as you get on the ice, kids, one of the things I like to remind you all, and when I'm running a tryout or I'm on the ice for a tryout, you've been on the ice many times this season, and you're just getting on the ice again. The ice hasn't changed. The dimensions of the rink haven't changed. The puck has not changed. Your jersey may have changed, but you have the game that you have. So just go out there and play the game that you have and be very attentive. Again, these are good tips for any point of the year, not just evals, right? Everything Sherry just said, everything I'm about to say. Be attentive to the drills. Try and learn. Don't be first in line if you're not sure what a drill is. Watch so you can execute, okay? Remember, we're not watching you the entire time you're on the ice, just like practices, just like games, right? We have to evaluate these things as coaches. I think above all, and this is something I'm kind of speaking to you kids as a coach now and as a parent, I want you to just work hard out there and work as hard as you can. Again, I want this all season. This is not limited to evals. I'm just telling you this today. All right, but I think the important thing is this. You have to be able to come off the ice. And I'm going to say it again, tryouts, games, practices, you got to be able to come off the ice and look at your parents or look at your teammates and just say, I did every single thing I could today. I did the best I could. I'm telling you, kids, that's enough. That's enough for me as a hockey person, knowing that you did the best you can. Okay? If you did the best you can, you'll get placed where you get placed. You've focused on everything within your control. All right? You don't control the decision of where you're going. And that's another thing I want you to remember here as you come to the evals. You control your effort, you control your mindset, and as Sherry said, you control your diet, both the food and the stuff you put in your mind. Okay? The food in your body and the knowledge in your mind. Those are the only three things you can control. So when you go to an eval or a tryout, make sure that you have focused on the things you can control. As much as you want to believe this, you have no control over the outcome of these evals. Just like you have no control over the outcome of a game. You can only control yourself. So when you go into these evals, acknowledge your feelings. All right? Acknowledge the situation. Have a grip on it. Remember, you've been playing all year. This is not the first time you're stepping on the ice. Be prepared. Again, year-round. Make sure your gear's in your bag. Show up on time. Introduce yourself. Be kind. Advocate for yourself if you feel like you need to do that in the right way, a professional way. These are year-round things, kids. And that really is the crux of this episode of The Ride to the Rink. You should be doing this year-round. And I'm going to end it the way we started it. If you're not doing it year-round, that's okay. This is your siren to go out there and start doing that. Okay? It starts right now with you listening to this episode. And if you have been doing that, great. Continue to do it. There's really no in between or outside of this thing. It's like that's how you approach the evals. You go out there and do what you've been doing the whole season. All right? And also, obviously, be a great teammate. All right. There's nothing wrong. Like, last thing I'll say to you kids out there, I feel like sometimes you go out there and think, I got to get a one up on a kid. It's not how it works. Just compete to the best of your ability. Help kids, help them get better. It's not going to change your spot on the team by helping someone. Right. And if you somehow miraculously teach a kid a move and he pulls it off in the tryout, he's not making the team because you taught him that move. Trust me. Okay. Be a great teammate. All right. I look for that tryouts. Who's helping each other, right? Or who's hurting each other? Mike, Sherry, any final thoughts on this before we end the episode?
I think the that's the overwhelming theme in anything. Just be a good person.
Yeah.
Be kind, compete, and be prepared. And I think if you have all those things going in, and if you've been doing that already, you're probably in a great situation where you're going in with a lot of confidence, knowing that the coaches all want you to be there and everybody in the organization wants you to come back. Great. And if you really haven't been that player and haven't had that guidance and kind of missed the boat on some of those things, it's a really good opportunity to reset and restructure your thought process and go in and kind of reinvent yourself, especially if you're going to a place we've never been to. If it's not the organization you normally are at, you can go in and be a whole new person, a whole new player, and get yourself on the right foot or skate.
Sure. Any final thoughts?
No, I think maybe just parents enjoy the process, right? Relax, take a breath. Being in the stands, yelling skate as loud as you can, doing hand signals, none of that's going to help. Just enjoy the process. It's a very short one. It's a short amount of time that you get to do this. So put trust in them that they're prepared and that they're going to go out there and do their best, and just give them a hug after, and hopefully they land where they want to land. Yeah,
kids, that's actually great advice for you to tell your parents. Hey, mom, dad, I got this. Well, I'll be fine. Chill out in the stands, okay? Just let me do my thing. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Ride to the Rink. From Vegas to the Connecticut, New York border to Philadelphia, the three of us are appreciative of you. Kids, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not going to wish you good luck because luck has nothing to do with it. Okay, go out there and do the best you can. That's what you need to do. We'll see you on the next Ride to the Rink, kids. Remember, no matter what happens, no matter what team you make, we believe in you. You should too. Skate on, my friends. We'll see you soon.